I see. You must be what those...
Good morning.
Good morrow. I don't... Ah, it is you.
Me? And who might you expect me to be?
Why, everybody knows you around here, the Lord Faven.
I wondered if, well, with my absence, perhaps things had changed slightly, but it seems not.
You think we'd forget the Lord's face?
I suppose not. But it has been quite some time, especially since I have visited this particular
Yes, you do have.
city.
You have quite a presence around here. People have been wondering, is all.
And what is it that they wonder, might I ask?
Well, were you on official sort of leave?
For my absence, yes, official.
Ah, oh my. Then I suppose the rumors were not founded.
Rumors? What rumors might these be?
Oh, please don't let it bother you too much. It's just probably some...
No, I insist.
It is just some light, probably some rambunctious little teenagers making word go around and jumping about. You know how they are. Oh my god, where's my manners? Where's my manners? I'm so sorry. You probably don't know my face. I am the son of a lord. Not one from around here. We are on just simple vacational sightseeing here. I am Albert Croston.
Young Lord Croston, it is a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure's all mine. Tell me, how your adventures, what of it is sort of funded? They say you fly upon a boat taken to the sky. Is this correct?
As absurd as it sounds, it is indeed the truth.
Though dwarven.
Yes, it did cool from dwarven ports.
Do you find your hospitality there quite well? Are they treating you right?
I suppose that I cannot complain about my time aboard the airship. It's been fine.
I see. Oh. That is good to hear, then. If I may ask, if you are supposed to be aboard the Kalypsia, then what are you doing here?
Has it not been made public knowledge in the city?
Well, I did see the boat come across, but again, the rumors were a bit sparse and few and far in between, kind of bouncing upon the walls, as they said. So I wanted to know if there's...
Interesting.
So, yeah.
I would have thought news of an airship arriving would be quite the talk place.
Oh no, that is very much so. I just wasn't sure if you were on board. Or if, maybe the dwarves got a little heavy-handed.
I see. Fortunately enough, it seems a fair size of the crew is not indeed dwarven. In fact, as of late, I have hardly ran into any of the dwarves aboard the ship. Perhaps the more time they've spent out in the fresh air, the more they've come to miss their earthly home.
Lord Faven, your business here.
I apologize, what did you ask?
What are you doing here exactly? Or perhaps what are you and your possible compatriots are doing here?
Well, I admit, my destination is quite up to the whim of the captain of the airship. An individual that I haven't, had the chance to fully accustom myself to as of yet.
I see. So you are simply at their whim.
So it would seem until it becomes obvious what our
How do you get anything done?
destinations are. It has proven, less than ideal.
I see. So it hasn't been fruitful, is what you're saying.
It depends on what you believe that I was intending to get out of such adventure.
Well, knowing your business, ambassadry and embassy, along with, bringing her along.
Well, an affront has been made to the function of an embassy, but it seems its services are found very little use as of yet.
Well, then I do hope your business starts to run through and profit.
I appreciate the concern, but I assure you it is not required.
Very well then. Oh, from just, I suppose, fellow citizen to far away fellow citizen, I suppose I should let you know, there is a little dangerous around here, at least some sort of rumors spreading around of, the convict dragonkin mage on the loose. Although I suppose that...
Dragonkin mage on the loose.
Yep. They escaped our clutches and has been a bit sparse on the site. And I suppose some people are also wondering if they aborted the Kalypsia to avoid detection. It would be the perfect site. Thing is moving.
Just as a quick heads up for the specters. I already forgot the name, but I am waiting by the gates for any of the players to start coming along. So we may bump into you if you're already walking up. Just as a warning.
Sorry, what was that?
What was the capabilities of this?
Okay, it's showtime, I guess.
On the loose.
Oh, it is a drastic thing. 10 feet tall. This thing is some sort of roguish punk. Has red eyes, a forked tail, claws. Could rip a man in half.
Not exactly inconspicuous then if they did attempt to smuggle themselves aboard the airship.
Oh my. You brought flying guests. There seems to be a bit of a commotion.
Is that so?
I believe so.
What of the other criminal, the one mentioned on the notice board?
I believe we are talking about the same one. Oi, is that a shade?
Is that so? The description on the board gave the impression they were of elven.
They're approaching.
Elephant? I think you are mistaken. It is Dragon King. Unless we are talking about two different birds.
Perhaps we might be. What was their crime?
It was an escaped convict. We do not know the details on why they were booked in the first place, but all we know is that they are an escaped felon, and therefore the law must chase them down. You know,
Interesting.
like the oversized lizard they are.
The poster on the board was mentioning treasonous individual. I believe a murderer as well.
Oh yes, I'd imagine that they would have done that in order to escape.
Where was this fellow last sighted?
That I do not know. We've just been on the sites putting... one day officials just showed up and started putting up posters.
Well, I appreciate the information that you've provided.
Of course. Oh, Lord Faven, I do need to worry about you about someplace. There is somewhere along this path I was told not to travel further than that, as there is potential sites of harmful ghosts of some kind. And I do think some of it is funded as crazy as it sounds. So we've just been staying in the city. People have been sort of spooked out of their minds when they came across that, especially during the night. Traders sort of been hustling and almost fell off their carts because of it. So I would advise against going that way.
It seems quite a number of, well, those I believe I'm familiar with by the looks of it. I'm sure we can, well, trust in their ability to keep the two of us safe.
Have you seen them firsthand? I thought the point of the dwarven ship was supposed to be recreational purposes, and you're telling me that they are fighters?
The ship consists of a small, I suppose, militia force intended as enforcers.
Sounds
to
like a bunch
keep
of
the
ruffians.
peace. I could not agree more. But they do bring themselves armed and claim to
Should
be
we be worried?
I have witnessed some of them sparring.
Lord Faven, did you not feel the need to inform us that these were armed citizens then? I thought you would do us a little better than that.
I don't think you should have any concern with these.
Well, for you, they are familiar faces, and to me, they are just faces upon the dirt. But who knows? Maybe there might be some sort of antlion waiting above for me to step on, a bear trap in waiting. Rough in the dirt, but in actuality is a jeweled snake.
Rest assured, I shall guarantee that you're to pass safely in my presence amongst those from the ship.
You're the lord here, are you not? Give me
find that has little bearing.
1 second, Lord
on the
Faven.
airship. Of course.
Yes. Yeah. think I do actually. Is it not there? Pretty sure I put it there. Give me 1 second.
No rush.
Did you find it? Okay. Forgive me, fourth dimensional creatures entered my head and I had to attend.
Of course, of course. You were saying before you were so brutally assaulted.
I don't remember. Can you help me remind me?
I believe I was assuring you of your safety.
Ah, yes. I do not have any opinion of these people, though you seem to hold them quite to a pedestal.
I'm not sure I'd go that far, but I believe them to be reliable enough to, well, to assist should the need arise.
Very well then.
And regardless, surely the city would not allow such a dire threat so close to the walls to go unchecked.
I wonder if this is this way or that way. I remember it being somewhere where there is less buildings, while this leads to our farmland. So I believe it is this way?
I shall follow your guidance in this matter.
I believe this is the path.
How far did you travel to come visit? the city of Email.
One more time? Sorry, one more time?
How far have you traveled to visit the city?
That would depend, actually. Would you mean my first stop, second stop, or third stop? From my original point, or from when I stopped before?
Well, from wherever your family hails.
I believe... Oh. Ah. There is Yorios. Yorios. How did it take you?
They've gone up ahead. There's this spirit, whatever they are, walked over to outside of the town and then led us up there, and then they said they take it from here. I'm heading back. You can deal with it.
Well, there you go, Lord Faven. Your friends are right up there. I don't think I need to bother myself with it any longer. They have it handled. Whether they do or not is not my concern.
I understand your concern for your safety, and I suppose that of your friend. Who was the individual that crossed us?
That is Euros. That is Yorios Windvale over there. He is, I believe he is an anointed knight, though living among the noble.
That explains his finery.
Yes, fine work there is.
Well, if you do not intend to travel any further, then I suppose
No, I do not.
I shall have to bid you farewell until our paths cross again, which I'm sure they shall, as I believe I am to stay at least a night.
Ah? So soon? Oh, well. Then I do hope you a good night, or if I do not see you. Just...
It was a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
May I give you some departing advice, Lord Faven?
Of course you may.
Please don't forget where you come from. You can only ever have one homeland.
I don't think there is much worry of that, my friend.
Glad to hear it. Good day.
Safe travel back to the walls.
Sorry for not talking too much right now. I'm a little tired from work. That's how it's just gonna be. Fridays. like a clock ticking. I want to check out my spells, actually. Good the
Hello
model.
there. Apologies if we've startled you.
It
Just,
is-
enjoying the view of the capsule.
Ah, it is quite alright. As your fans try, they seem to have turned tail the moment they looked at me.
I don't know. I think it's more so they're looking for someone in particular, but a lot of our friends are not out of character. Are you supposed to be translucent?
It's a public model.
Okay. Cool. Just making sure.
We're chalking up that he's an Eladrin.
Yeah, that's what I assumed, but I wanted to double check. Well then, still it is. I think they're looking for some people. I'm not quite sure. I think a lot of our companions had left the city, or at least are gone into hiding or something. I don't fucking know.
Do you want me to point you in the right direction? If that is what
How do you happen to know where they are?
What was that?
Do you happen to know where they are then?
Yeah, I happened to cross paths one of our citizens here, Anointed Knight. Yorioso went there. He told me of the location of where your compatriots were. The boy the Kalypsia, unless I'm mistaken. You?
Ah, I see. I am, yes, of course. I am I suppose a Kalypsian, if you would.
Aye.
I hate saying that. Do not call me that. Well, you can call me what you like. Actually, you may call me Daku. Forgive me, I've not gotten your name.
It is quite alright. Forgive me for that as well. My name is Albert Crosstand.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Lord Crossant.
Lord Crosstand. Well, I'm
It's
no
a pleasure to meet you.
not a lord yet. To be honest, I'm a son of a lord, but you know, I'm a young lord in this case.
Well then, my lord, it is a pleasure to meet you. I've been enjoying the town quite a bit. Lovely views. The beach itself is amazing as well.
Yes, thank you. It is quite the marvel, though I believe nothing to smoke about of the center city.
Oh?
Yes, it is big and large and to the sky.
Ah, I think I misunderstood you for a second. It's still though, I mean, there's something to be said. I mean, I'm a Celestian myself. So, this such a scenery, well, sand I recognize, but outside of that, it's all very new to me. Seeing plants in the streets and the like outside of noble quarters itself is
Yes, I would imagine as
quite the
such.
sight. You said they were just outside the city, did they? Or did you? Or?
Yes, though I would advise against it.
Oh?
Yes, there is sort of. We do not know how to classify them officially, as if we were to say spirits, they are a long, long way from home. They belong in that forest down into the far east, do they not? So, if they were spirits, then I would say that they should go back. But, alas, I think that is only a rumor. Some believe that they are ghosts, as they've been sort of mucking about and scaring some of our trade route couriers. And, well, one of them nearly fell off their horse one time, almost broke their neck. So
Oh my god.
they're quite the hassle there. But again, it seems that you Kalypsians seem to be having it handled, though I don't know how you'll be able to handle it unless you exercise them.
Well, we travel with at least one priest, so perhaps they have some skill set that I do not know of.
Oh, there's a priest aboard?
If they could, priestess, I'm not entirely sure what her title is. She wears a mask, long wings, celestial folk.
Celestial, I wouldn't put too high ups on them. They did not make the right choices back in the past. I wonder if that is still hold true.
That is fair enough. Admittedly, I've only met a few, so not much experience. One fucker, though, apologies, my lord, but one man we met down in a town not too far from here. I don't believe I caught his name, but he is the mayor or lord or something of the town, right? But he has the town calling him his holiness, and like he is acting as a bishop or a cardinal.
Are you talking about, are you talking about the Orioso? The one in armored clad armor?
No, not here, not here.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, this is down in Ramona.
Ramona, I see. Well, we have no business
There's
with
a
them.
celestial with 4 wings who seems to make themselves out to be a holy one or something, but again, I don't know too much details. Just one of the few interactions I've had with the celestial folk.
Those celestials surely do have high heads up for someone's of wings, though it is par for the course.
I suppose if you live with everyone having to crane with their neck to look up at you, you gain some sort of a complex at some point, but...
Give it time. Their wings will falter, much like ours, but I believe we will outlive them, regardless.
Hey. Fair enough, fair enough.
So,
Also, I have noticed on the board a great deal of salamanders or something of the like. Have they been giving you much trouble?
yes, actually, fire salamanders, they are quite a bit of a rambunctious group, a bit too big for us to deal with, at least without proper magicians of some kind.
Well, if you are looking for people to hire, I'm sure many people aboard the Kalypsia would be very interested in the adventure. It might be a little easier to get on board if you pitch the adventure aspect,
Is it that
if you get my meaning.
Is it that simple?
You may need to throw some coin or some reward their way, but, you know.
Money and violence seem to be quite the inspirations for simpletons.
Well, you know. Everyone likes money.
Can't lie about that.
There is also the bounty board as well with the elven man. I say elven man. I suppose that's not exactly specific here.
No, I don't know much about the Elden Men, but there surely is a one for a dragonkin convict on the loose, nonetheless.
Oh, a dragonkin. Really?
Yes, a mage.
Interesting.
They were apparently on their way to Alcatraz. I believe that is the name of it, the mage prison.
Dragonkin. Very enough. I mean, if they're on their way to Alcatraz, I imagine there's not much chance of them getting away from that.
Oh no, they escaped. Another escaped felon. Twice this
Oh,
year.
shit. Fuck.
Yeah, that
On their way to Alcatraz. Huh.
Yes, I believe history may have repeated itself in this case. We heard, well, Valinor seemed to have busted out a sort of cult, under the mucks of speakeasies, and, apparently that transport to Alcatraz has also had some sort of altercation upon an intersect, flipped over the entire crew that they have locked in there. Yes. They are still on the
Do
loose.
you think that they have to be connected then, yes?
Yes. That is very worrying in that case. chronomancers.
That was just theoreticals. I did not know that was
Well,
a
they.
tangible action one could take.
Well, no, they did not. I did not think they achieved it, but they were among the studies of it, which is forbidden.
No, that's much more understandable. Best to take care of them quickly,
Yes.
not give them time to learn. Let's see. No sightings of them in this town, then, is there?
Of which kind? The dragonkin or the initial?
Neither, I suppose.
No, we've
I s-
been lucky.
No wanted posted the initial, so I suppose we are good enough to dodge that one. But
Though the dragonkin in questions, we do at least have a description of them if you found them.
I mean, I imagine I did not, but I would be open to hearing it.
There's also coin in it.
Well, I've only seen the people I've met aboard the Kalypsia, but I'll keep an eye out. I'd be happy to hear the description and see what we can do.
It is about a little higher, maybe between your height and my height. 4 horns, black scales, though in the center of their chest it seems to be cracking with some sort of fire magic embroidered in them. So I'd imagine they're quite the strong flame magician in that case. I do worry about that, though they seem to have shrouded themselves in a dark cloak that is almost fireproof. So even hitting them with fire won't even do any good. They have dual-colored eyes, one blue, one white, and they think that it is some sort of magical embroidery to show their strength, a sort of intimidation tactic, and that's why I think they've been escaping so much. Just one look at them, and it freezes you in place.
Fucking hell. Blue and black eye, black scales with molten like in the middle.
Yes.
Alright. That seems distinct enough. If I find someone like this, then I would happily forward the information to you.
I would be happy for that. Forgot the
No
other thing.
promises about anything else, though. I'm not exactly wanting to get involved with a flame embroidered mage.
I suppose so, though hopefully some of your, I suppose, battle-ready compatriots would take up the task. I do not want to waste any good men.
That's perhaps more likely, but unfortunately in that regard I cannot vouch on their behalf fully at least.
Oh really? I've heard that the Kalypsia was quite gung-ho about that sort of stuff.
I mean, many of them are, absolutely, but I've not seen their skills firsthand. I tend to avoid phrase like that.
Smart.
Tend to stick to the more information game.
Ah, I see. So if I were to...
A bit of a broker.
So if I want information being passed around, you're the man I talk to.
Passed around, I can make it work, but if there's anyone in particular you're interested in, might be the man to speak to.
I will have to get back to you on that is for sure.
Of course. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. This forbidden mage, was there any mention of what their crimes were? What's their practice?
The chronomancer?
Was it also chronomancy? It was chronomancy as well.
Yes, all of them. They were booked for it. No questions asked.
No. No more needed. Just curious to know what's to avoid. Either way, I got to avoid it, so that doesn't really work. You know what I mean.
I get it.
Best to play it safe. Well, if I find anything, I'll reach out to you. Is the best way of doing that in the castle over there?
Oh,
Or is there someone I should reach out to first?
I will perhaps be around and hopefully I can find you. This is not my home. I am here on some sort of vacational purposes.
Oh, I did not realize that. Apologies.
It is quite a light.
Then where are you from, my lord?
The center city, actually.
Ah, I see. It's very interesting, actually. The you're talking about the one on the island, yes?
The island? Oh yes, that one.
Center? Yes. Yes. Apologies. I'm having some trouble with names right now, but
No, it's quite alright. Most of us just call it the center city around these parts. It is just easier.
really, fair enough.
Not that I forgot.
I will take that to heart and mind and whatnot. Other than that, though, yeah, that man right there also seems to be a penchant for your line of work that I think you might be in. Hello, hello. I was just upselling you.
How are you?
I know you're still doing whatever job you had before, but I'm sure you've noticed the poster.
Yeah, I do notice it. Well, like you say, I'm a bit preoccupied, but I am not averse to hearing of some opportunities.
Well, have you heard of this dragonkin? Molten scale, red flame scales, one white eye, one blue, you said, I believe?
Yes, that's correct.
Oh well,
We'll
what's the poison, eh?
chronomancer.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do think it is
Yeah,
related to
fuck
the
that,
previous-
right?
To the previous incident.
Yeah. Alright, so Dragonkin, Flame Red, Chronomancer sort of business. I guess I'll keep an eye out.
If you're more interested,
Can't
though,
make any promises. I've got a bit of a primary quarry, if you know what I'm saying.
fair enough. Though, if that is not more your stead, perhaps a little more less of a risk would be up your alley. We are having troubles with fire salamanders around these parts.
Not gonna go stabbing off lizards. What do you want me doing?
Well, I believe there is a quest board over there with some of the writing, though I think at some point someone will be going around to collect those that are interested in taking part in it. They are sort of making a muck about the nearby forest, and we are worried that it'll catch flame.
Well, I saw them all leaving a bunch over there. Figured I'd stick around and sample some of the local produce.
Oh,
Pretty good stuff, honestly.
what I heard
You
them
know what the
over
fuck they're doing out there?
I heard that they are talking to
The ghosts.
yes, the
spirit
ghost
thing.
spirits, whatever they call them.
Whatever the fuck they are.
Sounds like a whole lot of crazy business if you ask me. I ain't getting too involved in that.
It's probably just some tricksy illusionist or something. Who knows?
I know this kind of shit. Try not to question it too much.
Yes, probably the best way to go about it. It drive yourself mad.
Speaking of driving myself mad, I am still hungry and I'm driving myself mad not eating, so never mind, I'm gonna keep sampling that local produce.
Enough, there's a large market over, actually right there, never mind, fuck me. I thought it was around the corner.
Right you are, lad.
They have been gone for an awfully long time.
I believe they're entertaining themselves. One way or another, our problems will be solved.
Hopefully.
No, not that cut.
I feel like if I went now, it'd be like they're just coming back or I'd miss them.
Do you lack communications between your fellow citizens?
I mean, not over long distances. Is that something you have means with?
Well, we have courier pigeons all about, and that's how we gained information here, alongside people coming in, couriers of the sort, armored ones, posting those wanted posters and the quest board.
I see. No, we do not have any. There might be some that lead back to the Kalypsia itself. But outside of that, I mean, the Kalypsia itself is also moving, so carrier patterns might not actually work. Because I can't find the place. I actually don't know how that would work, to be honest.
Actually, might I ask you questions about that?
Sure, of course. I'm an open book.
I heard that Lord Faven is actually there. I was wondering if you seem to have somewhat of a head on your shoulders, so I wonder if you may have an opinion of his businesses.
Well, I can at least confirm that he is aboard the Kalypsia, though he tends to keep to his businesses to himself to a degree. I suppose he's professional in that regard.
So he continues to fail us.
Oh?
He was aboard the Kalypsia on apparently a noticed absency for that purpose, and if his works are not publicly known, then I guess he is not as fruitful as he claimed out to be.
I cannot speak too much on behalf of the Lord. Though, to be honest, this is between you and me because I don't exactly, with all due respect, want to get involved with that too deeply. I suspect he has a few people running around doing the work behind the scenes for him. One or two people I may have noticed.
Oh yes, we know about that woman. Oh. Swear, we should have made her out of... I would have voted to make her out of a coat to begin with. But it seems...
Bad blood there, is there?
Well, they are not
I
indentured.
suppose she is what she is.
They are not indentured, are they not?
I suppose not. I actually do not know.
Oh. I guess he has not been very open about it. Though I think it is no secret on what we do around here. We recruit the beast folk from Hinode into our services. A better life here, no?
I suppose so. I have not heard too much about Hinode itself, but the things I have heard are not great, to be honest. Seems much nicer here in this territory.
No, we are just simply trying to bring class to what seems to be age-old traditions. You know, out with the old and in with the new.
I see. It is very interesting then.
And if that is
Not.
true, together in one nation, there's possible sort of a legitimacies to be considered Warden of the East, no? If we unite,
I
one,
suppose so.
one way or another, it is sort of important, especially with rumors of dead men walking about in the East.
Dead man. Do you speak of the... what is it? The Hollowed Abyss?
Ah, you know about it. I would
I've
not
heard of it in my travels.
really know. I would not think a Celestian would know about it. It is far, far, and I would imagine that from ear to ear, somewhere the information gets jumbled up, and some people would just say that they are mere zombies. Or fiends.
Are they not mere zombies?
Well, that I do not know too much about, but for the dead to truly come back to life, I don't think it's possible that there has not been a known necromancer for thousands of years. Much like chronomancers.
What do you mean by that?
They... Oh, perhaps it has faded into myth and legends then. They, how should I say? Like the chronomancers, they died out apparently 10,000 years ago. Or at least that's what they say, so we do wonder if they even existed in the first place, and if the sort of dead men walking there are just fiends that take the form of people. Regardless, they are a threat.
I understand what you mean now. I believe I misunderstood something along those lines, but I appreciate the clarification. Admittedly, I only knew that it was a place that, due to some event with necromancers, became fucked. There was zombies and shit there, so I'm afraid I don't know too much about it.
Who's to say? Has anybody been alive since the 1,000 years? Who's to tell the truth, you know? But one thing is...
Do you think there is any way to reclaim those lands?
I don't think it's worth it. Apparent, at least from word of Hino Day that we got, the land there continues to spread and nothing grows there, as well as the encroaching numbers of the, let's just say for simplicity, human mimics. Because I do think that it is all hubbub to say that they are zombies or undead. But these things that mimic humans, they apparently the number grows as each years come by, slowly and gradually, mind you. But at some point, they might spill into the realm. That is what Valinor is trying to accomplish by uniting Hinode and the Elven Providence. But Hinode stands firm with their traditions.
I see.
The moment
And if you don't mind me asking, but of course I understand. Peasant, no need to explain if you do not wish. Have there been talks of any marriages or anything between the two?
There is possibly, but I believe she is our hardest contender in this case. She won't take yes or she won't take no for an answer or compliance. It is said her way or no way. I'm pretty sure you've heard of her before. She is the, very recent empress of Hinode.
It was a Kazuya, if I remember correctly. Is it not?
Ah, you do not know them. Yes, it is the Lady Kazuya.
I believe I might have met one of her ilk before, one of her kin.
Oh, really?
There was a and again, you heard nothing from me. Hello there.
Greetings.
Good day, good day.
I think you're a fresh face. I haven't seen you around before.
I am one of the people with the Kalypsia. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I did guess as much. Here, have you heard about the necromancy problem?
So that is what people are pitting it as.
That is certainly a different spin from yours.
Yes, again, from the center city, I'm here on vocational purposes.
Fair enough. I've heard the rumors about it, but decided that it is a little too far out of the way, and I do not know how much there is to explore in that regard.
Also, I think
Quite wise.
pinning it on necromancy when it hasn't been seen in thousands of years seems a bit of a research, don't you think?
Well, regarding magic, if you consider the implications of such happenings in the village nearby, I would say that it is worrying despite if it is possible or not. Whatever it is, I think it's better to stay far away from it.
Agreed, but his compatriots of the Board of Kalypsia seem to have went a spearheaded direction for it. Like, no questions asked.
Well, that's worrying.
People are curious.
And
Is
curiosity,
this a habit? You hear an explosion, you run towards it?
that seems to be it. he says that many of compatriots
More
are
so than you think.
yes, he says his compatriots are very much enthusiastic when gold and danger is in the prospect.
Many people who
that's
bought the
quite worrying.
Kalypsia have, what is the word, ideologies relating to that of an adventurer. Even a few, maybe even mercenaries. I'm sure they heard of that and
Among
they could not get out of the walls quicker.
should we be worried?
About?
You adventurers, mercenaries, Lord Faven mentioned a type of militia, and you are aboard a dwarven airship, are you not? Should we be worried of perhaps potential invasion? If that is so, I would say that I do not wish for any altercation. I'll give you as much gold as it will possibly cause you to leave, but you know.
I think you're safe in that regard.
That is yet to be said.
Again, the militia is less than competent at times. And the adventurers are disjointed and looking for fun.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call a town, a haunted town, a tourist spot to go for fun. But whatever floats their boat, I suppose.
I suppose so. Or their airship, I guess, in this regard. I don't fucking know where I was going with that. It's interesting, though. I mean, again, I haven't gone myself, obviously. So, I'm not really one to speak. But it is definitely a curious sight. Especially with some relatively well-armed, or at least well-equipped mages. Don't know how you deal with a spirit. Are they truly translucent?
Well, personally, I wouldn't know much about that. My head is mostly on.
Everything alright?
Sorry, a headache.
You're fine. Someone's returning.
Aye.
Yes, I would actually be more concerned. The problem with necromancy has been an issue for some time, but I was more worried about, well, a more recent problem. Have you heard about the
Fire element is correct.
Have you heard about the Dragonborn?
Ah, that one, yes. Yes, these guys are going on about a sort of elven one. I'm almost certain that it is dragon.
A stray dragon?
Perhaps I misread it.
Sorry?
No, dragonkin, a felon, an escaped felon.
That might be a.
Perhaps I misread the post.
I did hear a rumor about an actual dragon, like somewhat this big, maybe.
Oh, I heard an escaped felon.
A flying lizard of some kind.
And I think such rumors like that is bordering on some degree of fear-mongering at that point. First necromancy and now all of these rumors and the like.
Well, whatever it might be, I'm sure we're safe in town. So,
I'm sure.
little things to worry about that in
I'm sorry,
here.
what did you call him?
Asato?
Oh.
Well,
Oh.
anyways, I do have my work cut out for me. If you need anything, I'll be at the temple area. Thank you very much.
He no dayin.
Very well.
Well, I must away.
Farewell. Fair enough. It was a pleasure to meet you again, Lord.
Hey Cacti, thanks for noticing.
Hey, yeah, what's up?
I wanted to ask, double check, because apparently people are saying the quest board is about an elven, not a dragonkin. I don't know if like information got mixed up somewhere.
No. So the information on the board is both information is correct. It's just that the Dragonkin one was not something explicitly made as like a wanted post or anything. It was word of mouth. It was just like, look out for this person. But the
Gotcha.
Elven one is actually on the board.
Gotcha. What? I was not made aware of that. But regardless, what was the elven one? Is specifically?
It's actually posted in the news board, but I can read it off to you real quick.
Yes, please. I didn't have enough time to read it. I'm sorry.
No, you're totally fine. Yeah, so it says, wanted for high treason, murder, and desertion. There's a well-dressed man with short hair on the front. Seems to be elven, however, with colors not present, it's hard to determine what kind of elf specifically.
Gotcha. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say that this is Amit. Hello?
You...
Well, I'm just like trying to see if I can like stir something, but no, if I don't need to know, then I don't need to know. Regardless though, sorry.
I can actually give you a little bit on that.
Okay.
So you don't think it's Amit when you see him. However, comparing the posters, they are a little similar, but it's definitely not enough to conclude that it is Amit.
Gotcha. Just enough to like spark a slight suspicion upon like perhaps sight. Okay. I'm just gonna play that by ear then, because you know, I'd imagine I saw him in the cloak, and I imagine that's the reason why. Regardless, what was I going to say? What dirt can I possibly throw in Faven's face?
What dirt?
Yeah, like I don't know the full story behind him. As like a fellow elven, I wonder if like there's something I would know about Lord Faven, and perhaps Akane. Like something to just like have that back and forth.
I'm actually not entirely certain. That would have been something I might have needed to talk to him about. I don't know if you would recognize him.
He is a lord here actually, so it's.
I know he is. I just wasn't sure how well known, how well known his face was.
Gotcha.
If you want to have, you could have more respect for one of the other houses if you would like. I can go check the wiki on his house specifically, perhaps.
That might be helpful, but I've been like playing out what I've known in character so that I could like bounce that off of him. So yeah, I don't think it's like a big deal to like trouble yourself with. Anything else? I know there was 3 things. There was a dragonkin. There was the dragonkin escaped convict. There was the spirits out and about, and then there was a 3rd one that you said. I don't remember what it was though.
I just died for a second.
Sorry.
It was the... Oh, I'm dying.
Okay.
It's the Dragonkin escape convict. There's the giant salamander stuff that's happening tomorrow.
Yes. And then the spirits outside, right?
Yeah, the ghosts. The ghosts, yeah, there was like wails and whispers and whatnot.
Gotcha. and it is like more of a vague sense of like we call them spirits, ghosts, or like someone like rumored that they were possibly necromancy, like puppets or something like that. So I believe like the sort of like it's a loose rumor in that case.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool. Okay, I just wanted to make double sure.
Yeah.
Anywhere you want me to be thrown into?
You mean like in the map or in a VC?
VC.
Probably go to SCP chat, because that's where the townsfolk are. We just wrapped up the ghost stuff.
Okay.
And that was our like big thing. So if you do want to return to Jasper or whatever, you are definitely free to do so whenever.
I might play a little bit more of my character, of this character, just because I'm starting the pod.
Yeah, no worries.
And just to
I
clarify,
appreciate
Valinor is current. I don't know if you know this, but Valinor is in current war with Hinode, correct?
I don't know if they're at war with them anymore.
I think it's like
I thought it was that they were at war.
I think it's like a loose one. Oh wait, no, they're currently like we're trying to like force our traditions onto them, and they're not wanting to change stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Anything else Valinor could possibly like have detests for? I'd imagine they'd have detests towards Celestials, because in the war, Celestials were like,
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna take
They
your
don't
land.
like Celestials.
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna take your land, and they were like, haha, loser, you lost.
They wouldn't be like mean towards the Beastkin, but the Beastkin in Valinor are used as term servants, which is essentially slavery, but people don't talk about that part.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Might have been did an oopsies and mentioned it publicly, but
It's fine. I mean, it's a thing. It's whatever.
What I forgot. What part of Valinor are we in?
We are in Emil. It is west of the main kingdom.
And the main kingdom is in the center.
Yep, the main kingdom is in the center.
And the main kingdom is called what again?
It's just called Valinor.
Valinor.
I don't think there's like a capital city in it or anything. It's just Valinor.
Okay, cool. I just call it the center city.
Okay.
Gotcha, cool. I think that is all I need then. Thank you.
Alrighty. Yeah, no problem.
Hey, Kashi. Quick question.
What's up?
I wanted to ask what you were saying to me, like 5 minutes ago. I was in a different channel and everybody was talking, couldn't hear it.
Okay, cool. Also, Solace, you can deafen for this if you'd like. We're probably gonna like chat for a little bit.
Yeah, alright.
Oh, is this something secret?
No. I just like I don't want to bother you RPing.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay, so what we were talking about earlier, the dragon thing, it's definitely a dragon felon that escaped. They are a mage in this case, so they were most likely heading to Alcatraz, which is the mage prison. That's
right.
That's what we were talking about. The elven thing was true though. I was not made aware of that during the debriefing. Yes, that is an elven with apparently short hair of a description, though the wanted poster is a bit faded out to really make out like features, and they were wanted for treason and murder.
Alright.
Yeah.
I think I can...
And
Right,
yeah,
I just saw that.
yeah, there is also a possible quest that we can give them, referred to as the fire salamanders that have been possibly making trouble for us nearby the city.
Alright.
Yeah.
Going to spread that word then.
Yeah, and the loose rumor of the ghosts slash necromancer puppets and or spirits is true. Like, it's a very, very loose rumor where we don't know what the fuck they are. But I think in actuality they're ghosts. But, you know, we're just calling them, like, spirits, necromancer puppets, or, like, again, ghosts, dead people.
Alright. I was actually, I think you were there as well.
Mhm.
They were to that rune and essentially got rid of the ghosts, so that
Oh, okay.
one's finished.
Okay, gotcha. Wow, that was quick.
But yeah. They really caught on to that.
Cool.
But yeah, I'll spread the rumors on the other stuff.
Cool,
Thanks.
yo. Yeah, I'll still be in SCP for a while too. Oh, hey, Batgirl. I don't know why you said just love, but, you know, much love.
Right, I have protection on my coin pouch. Hang on. How much for 2 ales? 4 silver.
Ah, it is you again.
Full silver,
Sorry,
please.
the name again?
Thank you.
Hello again. Daku.
Daku. Sorry. Oh, hello. I was just came here to make a correction of my. You are right. I did not see the wanted poster, but it is bit faded, so that is why I did not see it. I simply passed by it. The one about the elven one. You wanted for treason and murder? Yes, that is very much true.
Yes, that is separate from the dragonkin, yes?
Yes, they are two separate beings, though. We believe that the elven one is not connected with the, you know, the magic.
That is a lot, to be fair. Alright, well, if you have any details about that one, I'm always happy to keep an eye out at the very least. But are they suspected to be in town, or
We don't.
just a precautionary poster?
Well, if they were that smart to hide under straight on our noses, then perhaps. But we yet to see anything, to be honest.
Then we are probably safe, but if I find something that matches it, I will be sure to let you know.
The description is a bit faded again, but I believe they were having short hair. But the rest is it's male, I believe. But again, not much of a description there, unfortunately.
Yes. Seems a little old. Again, if I do find something, I will happily get involved. But otherwise, I would imagine they're probably long gone if it's that faded.
Yes, that would be the smart decision.
I appreciate the correction, though.
It is quite alright. I do not want to look like a fool in front of visitors. Especially.
You could never.
Sorry, my shoelace was untied.
You're alright. You're quite alright.
Oh, forgive my manners though. I get to introduce myself. I am Albert Crossland. And may I have your names?
I am Gideon. No last name.
Oh, I see. Unfortunate then.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Fair enough. And yourself?
Idren Solomon.
Idren. Nice to meet you.
Cheers.
You as well.
Well, if I'm no longer needed, then... Oh my goodness! What is that?
What the fuck is that?
What is what?
I don't
A
know.
snake?
Yes.
Shit, there's a snake?
Yes.
It doesn't seem that big.
Ugh. Yuck.
Isn't
Some
that
kind
that
of
one?
water?
No, isn't that that one like long-necked? What are they called? They live by the ocean, or by a
What?
large body of
shit.
water.
You
Fuck,
mean
what
the
are they called?
snoodles?
Snoodles.
Snoodles.
Was that a snoodle?
Could be.
I think that was a snoodle.
What
Wait,
on,
wasn't that
what,
Might
Chinese noodle?
what on hell are you
Actually, it
talking
looks like
about?
similar to that.
What the hell?
There's two. There's two snoodles.
Oh, kill it! It's disgusting.
No, snoodles are passive creatures.
No,
Why not?
they're adorable.
Ugh. How did they even get here?
Snoodles?
Did the clips
Could be a hole
import
in
them?
the
Or
wood. They
I,
usually just sit in the water. They usually sit in the water. It's going like
No,
this.
look, yeah, they have the little legs. They're snoodles.
oh my goodness.
Oh, fucking hell.
You didn't happen to bring an invasive species here, have you?
I don't think that we could have if
They
they're
come from the
aquatic.
water. They're aquatic.
Do you think they eat peanuts?
My goodness.
You could fucking give them
I don't
one.
know.
Those things eat peanuts, I think. Hey, little guy, do you have a peanut allergy? I hope not. I don't know if they can have peanut allergy. Oh my god, they're fucking making a run for it.
Ugh, I'm going to get the guard. I'm going to find some guards.
You do that. Good to see you again.
Well, at least he was provided
We got it.
more cleanly.
How about
Kill it.
I'll give it to Barney for now, and then he can hold on to it for you. Barney. Here, if she's gonna go hunting, I wanted her to have something proper for it, so I bought this small dagger at one of the stands. It's in the sheath, but she doesn't have any pockets or anything right now, so I told her I'd let you hold on to it till we can get her a strap or something.
We'll go put those away.
I mean, you're basically our dad, right?
Do not call me that. I am simply her guardian.
Apparently she's got a knife now, so that's all you.
I'll try and train her with that.
You are going to
Just thought
hunt
I'd
on our
have
lands?
something clean like that than bite things.
You've hunted on our lands without proper
My
provocation?
apologies.
Yes, you should.
How much would that cost?
That is not up for me to say. You do not have a proper original license to hunt on our lands, and you took it upon yourself without even asking.
It looks like
She's
Sprout's
um,
is close, so we get to burn
she's
One of them were
I'm
recently
harassing
pretty sure she can talk,
Yes,
like she can
and-
speak for herself.
Looks like it.
Go on.
She can't really.
Ah, I see.
As-
So whose fault am I supposed to pin this on? Are you
As the one in charge, I can fully say
define
that she
in charge,
was.
please? Are you in charge of the Kalypsia or in charge of this girl?
Her.
Ah, I
Guardian.
see. Guardian. Okay, we'll use that term if it makes you more comfortable.
Amit has your dagger when you're ready to take
One
it.
of those squirrels were trying to eat from the market. She chased it off and it kept on trying to return. The other one, I am not certain, but I do not doubt her doing the same.
I believe that is her assigned task then, for yourself?
Not now, but for that moment, yes.
Ah, she
From this
is-
point on, she will not.
Ah, I see. She is at your convenience. I see that. Then, never mind then. If it's as such, then I see no trouble here. I suppose the only concern here is, well, it's a bit unsightly, you know. It might scare a few civilians
agree.
with her.
I will be assisting with that then.
Can I touch her face? Is that
Well,
okay?
then. Well, if she is in your servitude, I shall leave it to it.
I just wanna wipe the
Question
blood
though. You, the large one. Your clothes.
Morning.
Where'd you get them from?
I guess that was
Ah,
gonna.
many years ago at Eno Day.
Oh, you've been there. Okay.
Come on.
I'd assume the same as for her.
Not sure, I haven't asked. I suppose now would be a good time to if you're curious.
You've been there, no?
Sure. Used to work there when I was much younger.
Are you a wanderer or a adventurer, mercenary? I can't tell. You have such a big blade. I'd imagine
Who
that is
knows?
not. That is well. I'm sure you would know if you would possibly tell me from asking the simple questions. But to each their own.
As of about maybe 60, 70 years ago, I'm nothing but a wanderer. All I do is wander.
And you chose to keep the Hinode clothes? Well, I'm not one to knock on some.
They
fashion
tell a
sense.
story.
Very well then. I just never mind.
Apologies if it doesn't set a good reputation for the rest of the travelers I'm with.
I'm pretty sure they've already set up the reputation for themselves as it is, going gung-ho into that ghost town over there, or whatever it is. We just have been hearing voices around, scaring our couriers and our trade routers, and yeah, a few of them nearly died falling off their horse. But you had that handled?
Yeah, it sounds like it was handled. I can't say for sure.
How did you handle it, if I may ask? If you were there?
To tell you the truth, I can't tell you. I don't know.
Ah, I see. I wonder if it was done with magic then. Alright.
Probably the case. If that were the part of the question.
But you were with them, so you were pretty gung-ho about going into the face of danger. I respect a man without fears, though I do think fears do keep you alive.
The fear drives you. But if you know what the fear is, you drive it.
I suppose. I just choose to be smart about it.
It's all about knowing what road you're taking.
And I believe that is the story that you tell with your clothes.
That it is. See, these are all from my finest battles.
Ah, I see.
Even these. Shredded.
I suppose that is a good advertisement. Actually, do you know if you are very ambitious about the certain dangers that you might come across, and therefore you can delegate whether it is too dangerous for you or not? Would you be interested in some coin?
And coin, huh? What you got?
Have you heard of perhaps our troubles with the ones called the fire salamanders?
That I have.
Ah,
I have indeed.
gotcha. Okay, so
There was a conversation about it earlier, and I found myself quite interested in taking up the task.
okay, that is good to hear. That is good to hear. We just don't want to waste any good men, but if you are pretty gung-ho about taking up the arms, then do not let us stop you. Of course, once you take care of it, there was some pretty good pay in it. We are, of course, the Valeno.
Honestly, you can probably keep the pay for yourself.
Eh? You don't.
I'll do it just to do it.
I'm confused. I'd imagine that anyone would have wanted to do it with a coin.
Most people would. I have nothing to buy no more. Nothing to... Oh, no more purchases could tell me anything more than I need to.
Not even a warm bed, or a really good hot meal, or perhaps the company of a woman? I'd imagine you would at least indulge in that first part, that last part. You as strong as a man, lots of testosterone.
How comfy are your beds?
Well, we are not called the Center City for nothing. Well, the Center Kingdom. Although we are...
I'll do it for a night in your finest bed.
Though we are on the west part of it, perhaps one day when you visit the Center City, you could live up to that. But
I'll have to hold it, yeah.
still, though, I'm still confused. Just one night, I'd imagine you get at least a few nights from the coinage you'd gained from the task. Just one. You are rather suspiciously unselfish, you know that?
Tell you what,
Hey, Tech Priest.
instead of me spending all that coin, I'll take one night in your finest bed and spend the rest of the coin wherever it's needed. Poor families, people struggling, that kind of thing.
Noble for a knight without armor, though also missing the Sir title. You are a unique species, you know that?
Thank you very much.
Sorry, I did not catch your name. It was, well, I did, but I just want to make sure. It is, Barney, correct?
Barney Ladair.
Oh, you have a last name. Ladair, is that, where could I possibly heard that from? I only ask because family names are perhaps...
Oh, who knows?
Some people don't have last names.
I must have picked it up somewhere to the south.
Oh, are you a Celestian or not born there?
Who knows anymore? I traveled all over the place. The truth is, I might have plain forgot. I might have been born with it. Imagine that, born with a name like Ladair.
Very well then. Then I await your supposed to see combative abilities up on the field, and hopefully some of you come back.
Hopefully all of us come back. I'm looking forward to seeing this salamander.
I suppose agree to disagree. Okay. Regardless, don't let me take any more of your day. I wish to see the locals and
Not at all.
the rest of your Kalypsia, the compatriots.
I trust you'll find them most interesting. They're quite the bunch.
Also, I've heard.
Well, I suppose I better go find them, speaking of which.
I'm pretty sure they're out and about. Last I've seen, I believe the one called Gideon and Doku was out feeding the snoodles, as they called it.
I see. Well then, I best not take any of your time either. You got people to speak to, it seems.
I do.
I don't know, find this crew. Oh, wait, did I get your name?
Perhaps not. My name is Albert Crosstand.
Yeah, Albert, well, good to meet you, Albert. I'll catch you around then.
Very crass, but enjoyable. Not really your fine palate there, but a lovable stupid oaf. Simple. I love this music.
Yes, I heard already. About 2 weeks ago is when I first heard of the Kalypsia that would be common here. The word does travel fast. We already knew of your arrival quite a bit ahead of time. Let me put it away.
Thank you for your time, priest.
No problem. My name is Frederick. Priest Frederick, by the way.
Priest Frederick, thank you.
No problem.
My name is
I
Alfie.
do my duty. Alfie, very well. I will let the High Priest know who the offering was given by.
Hello?
Forgive me, I wish to speak to Father Frederick, is all.
Oh, of course. Sorry to hold you up. I'm sure that your business is far more important than mine.
One question for you. I got your name. Your clothing. Where do they come from?
Well, I suppose it's not difficult to see that this clothing is from Hinode.
Ah, you were a proprietor there at some point?
I was born there.
Ah, I see. And, what brings you here?
Well, I'm a passenger on board the Kalypsia, so I tend to go where the ship goes.
I see. And that is a very, very convenient thing, for sure.
I hadn't had the chance to travel the world before, and I wanted to see new places.
Ah, I see. Tell me, what was your original business in Hinode?
My family simply were fishers. Dragonkin born in Hinode tend to have more slender bodies suited to the water, so we're good swimmers.
Ah, I see. And finding yourselves upon a dwarven ship, I want to ask, is there anything you possibly aim to gain by doing as such?
As I said, I just never had the chance to travel the world before, and the Kalypsia was an opportunity that I couldn't miss.
Yes.
I wanted to see the world outside of Hinode.
Well, then, what sort of fun little trips have you been to?
We were in Keshin for a while, a few towns there. This is our first stop outside of it, actually.
Quite a long jump, especially upon the western borders, and now, I suppose, in the east, or the northeast in this case. You didn't want to stop, perhaps, of the first time of the north, or perhaps in Celasta?
I'm not sure why. I don't know the captain, nor do I speak to them, and I don't make those kinds of decisions. I could only imagine that we base where we land off of weather, and I assume what local governments would allow.
I see. Tell me, how recently did you aboard the Kalypsia?
Maybe, well, I got on at its first stop in Milsante.
Though where is not what I'm asking, I'm saying how soon. That is the information that I want to ask of. Weeks? Months?
Perhaps a month or two. Maybe longer. My sense of time is a bit dulled given my age.
You look very young.
Long-lived races. Well, I'm only halfway through my lifespan, but I'm 335 years old, so...
Yes, I see. So a few months, I see. Sorry, I was just sort of thinking about something. You are free to go.
Okay, thank you.
Elfe, was it right?
Yes.
I'll be sure to remember that.
Is this about the
And
worries
your
about
name,
Kalypsia?
sir?
It is Albert Crosstand. Sorry, I was so interested in seeing your wares and your story that I should have pardoned myself from the beginning. Do forgive me.
Well, Albert Croston. I'll be sure to remember that as well.
You should.
Was that about the thing you mentioned earlier?
Yes, but what I'm trying to say here is that, well, the description of the dragonkin that is an escaped felon sort of matches her description, does it not? It was very recently that they escaped from Alcatraz, and now, very recently, they joined aboard the Kalypsia. Do you not see that as a scary coincidence?
I mean, it's just a rumor, isn't it? I haven't heard of it as we didn't get an official message about it, I don't think.
Yes, but for the sake of our town,
notice board, it's the...
for the sake of our safety in the townspeople, should we not take it seriously?
I suppose that's true. trying to watch out for strangers from Kalypsia. It would be wise.
Yes.
Yes.
But, Father, remember they are among a dwarven airship. Our sort of very, very soft truce with the dwarvens. We should be worried.
With the... I suppose it is a reason to worry, but is it for us to bother about it? The dwarven ship has passed through Keshain already, safely.
Yes, Keshin.
Why would it... anything happen here?
Ozamar is to the east, to the west as well. And Keshin is to the west. They are closer to the dwarves than you think. Those.
Ah.
Yes.
Yes, right. I heard that they are allies and friendly relations and such, but with us it's more strangeness, from what I heard.
It is simply that there are many people that I think would not bat an eyelash if there was an ill will met with us, and they have now conglomerated within our cities. I'm not saying that we should shoo them away with pitchforks and torches, but I fear that, as well as the possible militia, the one called Duck, who said that they are very gung-ho about going towards danger and coin. So it seems that they are nothing more than a mercenary guild of some kind. So if someone pays them the right price while they're within our city, what's to say that they won't turn against us?
I will have to find out more about that, maybe. What kind of structure do they have? What kind of morals?
You are seeing what I'm trying to say here, Father. You are a holy man, and I do not wish to corrupt your mind with all my own worries, but I'm just trying to watch out for Valinor.
I cannot fault you for that. But I do think we shouldn't be scared. Being prudent and careful is in order, yes, but I would say that a dragon king that escaped Alcatraz, is it?
Yes, and perhaps...
Oh, bother.
And has been Hinode there most of their life. They are not happy with us, with the, I suppose, garnering some of their citizens and giving them a better life here. Again, Hinode is not happy with us taking this, or not taking this. We are procuring and offering our hospitality to the Hinodanes, and they don't take lightly to that. And she is Hinodane. It seems like her loyalties bounce among her own conveniences. First to Hinode, and perhaps now the Dwarven. If those two forces unite, then we might have something to worry about more than Celestials than Hinodane.
Oh. You're scaring me, sir, of the possibilities.
I'm scared too.
As you say. Right. I think it is prudent to do so. However, I will try to reserve these reservations for those I am sure have bad intentions against our country. I like to believe in the good in people, at the very least.
And that's why you are a priest.
Mayhaps. But we should not linger here. I believe if it's true that they might be trying to find trouble, it would be wise to keep an eye on them, which I will try to do.
I did see something curious too. Celestials among our ranks. I don't think we have many Celestials coming around here, and even then, I can't help but be also cautious of them. I've seen also a possible shade without the caster.
I have not seen something like this. Is that... Are you certain?
Well, she could have been attached to someone when they were running across the main city. Who knows? I'm looking for her. And I want to ask if her caster's around.
I see.
A shade should not be without one.
You have garnered my curiosity. A shade without a caster. I will have to find them. I'm sorry, but I have to try to find them and find out what's their secrets for that kind of maybe something I can store in the archives. I wonder.
Do be careful. Those spirits are meant to be tricksters.
I should be fine. I have my own ways to keep myself safe.
As do I.
Oh, alright, sure, I guess I have a squirrel now. Alright, hello squirrel, don't bite me, freaking rats. You know, squirrels are pretty much rats, you know? Alright, let me come down with this squirrel. There we go, let me land. Yeah, right, whatever.
I assume you're helping the help?
Yeah, in a way, I am, I suppose. You know, just getting rid of pests. You know, squirrels are essentially rats, you know? They're just computer rats.
Yes, I do know that is your function.
Yeah, don't
You are simply
Yeah,
doing your job.
No hunt.
Stop it, I'll break your neck.
And you are putting them outside, correct? Please.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Not too close. Not too close.
See.
Where is your guardian, if that's the comfortable term? Go to him.
Yeah, Sprout, come on. Yeah, don't mind her, you know.
See.
You know how they are in general.
See.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. Come on.
I want to talk. Hello. There's the Lord Faven, and you are his other.
Yes.
Forgive me, I do not know your name. I believe he did not mention you.
Understandable. There would be no reason to. Akane Satori.
Ah, I see. What, I wanted to ask, well, I mean, it is obvious why you're here. He is here. You have to go where he goes.
Yes.
Like a shadow. Though, I suppose his business would be something he would tell you. But I mean, I wanted to ask you, Were you among the people who went to go solve our little specter problem over there?
I'm afraid not, but I have been looking into the issue in the aftermaths of it.
So you're gaining information from among
Yes.
your people, the Kalypsians, as they seem to deem themselves. Tell me, is it
Yes.
Is it true how gung-ho they are in putting themselves in the face of dangers?
I think I can say after a few observations that yes, some of them are quite willing to throw themselves into the fire, as it were, with little hesitation.
And some say that that they are no better than a militia or mercenary group that would do much for coin and or the sense of adventure. Is this correct?
There are those among the number there that I would
Is it the vast majority?
certainly feel that is apt. There's something of a hero complex amongst many of them. I'm not sure I could say it's the majority, but
So there is foolish good-heartedness.
a good number.
I met one of
Yes.
them. The green one. What was his name? Barney. He seemed to do services for very little. I could not imagine why, but he was not too eager about taking the coinage for. Did you hear about the fire salamander problem that we've been having?
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh, then it is good that I stopped you, as well as since you are the blade of Lord Elwin. Should any harm come his way, then I'm sure you will be more than capable. Though I can't say the same for the one, I think, small one. She makes weird noises and doesn't talk, though I assume someone such as that does not need to.
I think I know the one you're talking of, yes.
Yes.
She's something of a new passenger.
Passenger.
A recent addition.
Passenger might be giving them too much credit. I just think they have a function. They are currently getting rid of our pests among the city, so that we are grateful of. But they did not tell any officials that they were doing so, so I was a bit skeptical at first, but if that is their function, then who am I to stop it?
Well, if it is helpful, then I suppose there's something to be said in that alone.
Perhaps I should tell you the rest. I imagine the word. Oh, Lord Faven, you are here just in time. I wanted to talk to you about possible things that I missed during our initial conversation. Please, get close with your partner. Oh, come on. I'm pretty sure you've been together for quite some time. Don't be shy. Very well. Very well. And I'm just saying that you might be just good friends. Regardless, though.
I do have to apologize in the excitement of the events at the farmstead. Your name has slipped my mind. If you were possible to remind me.
Oh, it is quite alright. I don't think I introduced myself to her either. I'm sorry.
No.
God, where are my manners? I will remind thee and introduce myself to you. Albert Crosstand. My father is a lord in the center city, and I am the young lord in this case. So,
out of curiosity, good lord, if you're from the center city, What manner of business brings you here?
Vacational purposes. They say that the beach here is unlike any other. My father wanted to send me here on a much needed trip, for my workplace. Though,
I see.
Unfortunately, it seems like that our vacation has been disturbed by the local wildlife and, well, or that business over there. But I keep to here, and things are quieter here.
Yes, you can rest assured now that the, well, uninvited visitors should no longer be an issue on the farmstead.
Oh, is that so? How did they accomplish it? I'm curious.
I must admit the specifics are well beyond my understanding.
I see. I did think it was rather magical in nature. Though, perhaps they've beaten the ghosts out of their homes. Who's to say? Joke. A simple joke, I jest. But, right, I think I was mentioning the flame salamanders to you. They,
Yes, you were.
In the coming days, or perhaps tomorrow, who knows? I don't know who posted the board, but they sort of want to get rid of them as soon as possible. Perhaps when you guys have rested up. I'm pretty sure you've had a long journey. Fire salamanders are running amok about our forest, and we are afraid that it is going to burn the crops down among those of the farmers. So we kind of want to get rid of them as soon as possible. We were planning on sending some good men there, but since, you know, the Kalypsians seem to have washed ashore among our borders, I think they would be none the better for it, don't you think?
One might as well take advantage of such opportunities when they present themselves. I understand.
Yes. Perhaps restoring the reputations that they have collected. And you are among them. Though I would not assume that you'd beseech or besmirch your reputation by getting too close with them. You're the sort of Lord Faven after all.
Yes. My service is to House Faven, not the Kalypsians.
Good. Good to hear. As long as it is kept to that. Though I suppose it is up to you what you do with her.
She is more than free to attend this salamander hunt. She deemed herself wanting to go.
Well, you are free to speak then.
Perhaps so. Curiosity does. Well, it's an ailment of sorts I have, I suppose. So I just might. After all, a bit of sport, too, is not something that should be passed up on when the opportunities present itself. The nature of this issue with the salamanders does intrigue me a little. Has this commonly been a problem in this part of the countryside?
Not as of recent. We get them every now and then, and we can beat them back easily, but this abundance is a bit abnormal. We don't know. Perhaps they were sort of undisturbed for quite some time on the other front. Or perhaps somewhere in Thrasheim they were originally there, and they've beaten back more violently than their initial, and now we are getting the brunt of it, sort of how those that push the wind, then the other city gets the stronger bit of it.
I see.
Yes. I want to ask, though, you lot have a Dragonkin among your ranks, do you not? It is what I was referring to before, the Dragonkin mage that the felon. I
thought that might be what you're referring to.
Yes, I'm just a bit worried. There's just some correlations that they have rather been escaped recently, and then perhaps recently there is someone aboard the Kalypsia, a dragon of some sort, that would hide among there. It would be very convenient is all. And now they are here. One of a Hinodane, of no less. You know how they are. They are very they do not really welcome us with open arms. Not really a favorable friend in this case. And now among the western city of the Keshin and Osmar, aboard a dwarven airship no less. Kind of seems like. And now back at here in Valinor. I just worry about perhaps there is things that are happening behind the scenes that we should know about.
It is a troubling proposition that you pose.
I knew you would see it my way.
Out of curiosity, and to ensure the safety of my lord here, is there more information I can acquire regarding this criminal?
Oh, yes.
If there is one amongst us, I would certainly like to know.
Well, the Dragonkin fellow that they speak of, what is that?
That is a good question.
I believe it is no longer safe to speak here. Shall we go elsewhere?
That might indeed be the case.
I think so. Please.
Your Kalypsians, I heard that they were a band of capable mages. Could that not have been one of them? And if so, why do they seem to hide amongst a very... Did you see that?
I must admit I did not.
It was a rather familiar face. I can't be too certain. Again, as I was saying, you also, you are among very capable mages, so could that not have been one of them, perhaps, like, using magic so openly among the streets? I don't think that it was officialized that using magic for such nefarious purposes is quite a fine and charge.
It is entirely possible that it was one of the residents of the airship, but I admit it was no magic that I have become familiar with from any of my fellow residents.
From what I can tell you, it looked like a dark shadow, or like puffs of black smoke.
Yes.
Yes.
That it did. I'm afraid I haven't seen anything of the sort before.
I thought you, at least one of you, would be familiar with the magics of your own fellow citizens. Though I guess I am mistaken, unfortunately.
Some keep to themselves.
Make the attempt to keep up with others' capabilities.
I would think it'd be smart.
Might point to it not, in fact, being a member of the airship. That is the responsibility of this intrusion.
Mm-hmm.
It is the responsibility of this intrusion. 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 It is the responsibility of
I believe the castle would find our fancies of a more private conversation, do you not?
It most definitely should suffice.
Mm. The stone bank, they call it, though. A good portion of Valenoy's treasures, at least on the west side, all stored here.
Yeah. Not too familiar with that.
It is said to be impregnable. Hasn't been breached since the day it was built. Those the celestials tried. Also, I can't help but imagine that, or see that you are also among celestials. Do you find yourself in a worrisome state, Lord Faven, in that case?
It is a misfortune indeed, but they seem to keep to themselves.
Perhaps they are ashamed by tucking their wings between their arms. I'd imagine so.
Yes, I would not be surprised if that were the case.
There's a good spot. I do wonder why that they never put furniture there. Perhaps I'm mistaken, but this is a good scenery as such. I believe your other Akane is busy adjusting herself.
Yes, I'm sure she will swiftly return to attend.
Did something catch her attention? Did she see a squirrel?
I did believe she has visited the castle before.
Did something catch your attention, dear Akane?
Elven architecture is, after all, quite the impressive sight.
Yes.
Yes, that's all. You said it was impregnable. I was simply admiring the defenses.
Yes, quite. Anyway, what was I saying? Alright, the dragonkin that seems to hop from one loyalty to another, as it seems. Or theoretically. Though, your status as such, you might have some information about it. Both. Well, I don't need to say that we know where you came from, but that is just the base of the information, just where Lord Faven got you. Do you have...
That was a long time ago.
Do you have any information on perhaps this dragonkin?
I'm afraid not. The nature of my leaving Hinode is one that would have left my name and family's name in, well, not the best of taste there. I'm afraid since Hisashi's rebellion I have not returned.
And you have not... What I'm also asking is that you are both aboard this Kalypsia without much of an escape once it is up in the sky. Did you perhaps not think that you could procure some information that might be needed here in Valinor? I'm simply...
There, of course, has been efforts to do so. But engaging with certain members of those that hail from Hinate is precarious at best. Both my nature as a kitsune and one that clearly is aligned with Lord Faven makes me a subject of great suspicion and wariness amongst their ilk.
Fair enough, I suppose. It is good not to draw attention to yourself. I just wish perhaps a better outcome of it would have came into light. Regardless, though, is there more drinking aboard the Kalypsia? Again, we are very worrisome about the possible felon. We have reason to believe that it might be connected to another recent escape of Alcatraz prisoners on their way.
Is that so?
Yes, I don't... yes, they seem to have been within times of each other, or at least during the time our sort of guards were investigating the possible theoretical the chronomancers, though we seem to have gotten word that they were busted from a speakeasies, so we at least slowed down in that process. But
and you have reason to believe that these two events are somewhat related?
yes, a drinking going missing around the same time, and then perhaps finding themselves aboard the Kalypsia. It is a scary coincidence is all, and it would be the best place to hide, as the Dorvins aren't too keen on questioning those aboard, apparently. And I only say that from word of mouth, as I see that they have recruited those that have more of a mercenary background, as I've heard. We are at least a bit more careful here in Valinor, but the presence of the Kalypsia does sort of make us a little uneasy, as you can see.
Yes, of course.
It's
If
quite
the description-
understandable. Sorry.
If the description that you provided previously was accurate of this convict, I can guarantee you that I have at least not run into this person in question. Perhaps you might wish to repeat it for the benefit of Akane, that she might have interacted with someone that fits the
It is apparent.
description.
Yes, apparently this person was 10 feet tall. In this case, having claws, twisted tail, perhaps forked. I believe glowing red eyes. But it seems like the rumor has been bounced around, and I'm merely trying to gauge if perhaps they are under an illusionary spell to keep their presence hidden. Though some would think that they would hide themselves as better than just a dragon, but what better disguise than the very thing they are looking for? It's just like hiding under someone's nose.
I'm afraid that description does not fit anyone I can think of aboard the Kalypsia.
Yes, hence why I'm trying to draw the lines, that perhaps that information might be a bit dated, or perhaps the ones that initially jailed this Drankin did not live to tell the tale. So who's to say?
know, did they escape from Alcatraz itself, or were they simply in transit to there?
Transit, the same as the previous incident with the chronomancers.
I see.
We believe the chronomancers are getting a bit, or at least the one studying chronomancy is getting a bit more braver with their actions.
I wasn't aware there was one that was... Sorry. There was one that was studying chronomancy.
It was also very recently, I believe, within 2 months, there was a band of cultists practicing it, or at least among the theory practicing of it, researching it, though having no found proof that they were able to conjure it. Regardless, they were studying it, which is forbidden, much like rumored necromancy. It is heard of, but practice is also forbidden and hasn't been studied or conjured in thousands of years. So that is what the guards have found. They found researchers of chronomancy among the speakeasies. They jailed a bunch of people because they do found that their sources and research to be quite funded well. Though that shipment of prisoners was also attacked in transit, and a bunch got away.
Attacked?
Yes. So, you can see the correlations I'm drawing now.
Have there been any other similar incidents since that last batch with the cultists?
I'm afraid not. They've gone quiet, and that worries us.
Yes. Understandably so.
Though they might be laying low, knowing that we are now hot on their sights, waiting for things to calm down before they attack again. It is the smartest move after all.
Yes.
Aboard the Kalypsia is where I think would be the smartest place to hide. We can't touch them there. It is a dwarven ship, their property. But if we do find them there, we have reasons and a warrant to search.
That is good to know. We shall redouble our efforts to ensure that any hint of individuals from these events making their way aboard the ship will be discovered.
Then I thank you for that. Perhaps I was a bit too harsh on you initially during our talk. I was merely just coming from a place of worry. I spoke to Father Frederick about it in the church and all, and he seemed to agree upon it as well, that in this correlation, the Kalypsia, it is very worrying among our citizens. Our citizens.
Yes, of course.
If we do find information on this, or reason to suspect that the culprit in question is indeed aboard the Kalypsia, but let's say that this knowledge finds us after we depart, to whom should we reach?
I believe anywhere might be good. There is plenty of Raven Messenger offices about the place. Sending a raven upon land would be It would be just as fruitful, though, just in case it gets intercepted. I would perhaps send several.
Very well.
Thank you. Regardless, is there anything else I could possibly assist you both with?
I don't believe that there's anything else outstanding.
Not that I can think of.
Although I suppose one more question is in order. Ramona is a rather known city among the western provinces. Is it true the Kalypsia assisted them?
It was one of our earlier stops.
Yes.
I see. No further questions.
Have rumors traveled about that initial visit?
Just the word got around. It would make sense. A dwarven airship making their first stop in among the kingdoms of Keshin. Aiding an ally.
And did these rumors make any claims?
Just that it was a bit obvious, but nothing more.
Apologies.
You're quite alright.
The shadows earlier on the rooftops have me a little on edge.
That is understandable. I'm on edge as well from it, hence why we are here. We can at least see the front. It is the only way in here.
Well, I suppose we'll have to listen then for anything that suggests that this convict might indeed be aboard the Kalypsia.
Yes. If there is any chance that they are being harbored, we will learn of it and send word back that we might arrange to have them apprehended as is suitable.
We would like that. We would like to give them a fair trial, though if they run, well, I can't say that the gods will favor that, and they might take matters into their own hands. If they are found. But if they are found reasonably and cooperatively, we can promise them a fair trial.
Have you spoken to any of the others aboard the airship of these matters?
In passing, though I don't think I got in this much detail, I don't think I could trust them with the information. As you are homelanders here, though it seems a bunch of them seem to have some favoritism towards
would
you.
Advise you remain with that caution, just in case they are, well, nestled amongst the crowd, so to speak.
Very well then. I will be around though for the next few days or a week until the roads are safe to travel. We can't really travel with the fire salamanders mocking about.
Of course, of course.
That is all. Please do not let me take any more of your time. It was good speaking with you, Lord Faven, and Akanen.
Yes. I'm glad
A pleasure.
ran into each other once again.
Perhaps our paths will cross again.
I should hope that they might.
Well, then, I must away then. Okay, I'm probably gonna switch into Jasper. Are you in character?
I am not. What's up?
Okay, I just wanted to tell you of like what hubbub rumors that I spread around real quick.
Sure.
Hold on, let me switch into character to character. There we go. I enjoyed playing him, by the way. Thank you.
Hell yeah, I'm glad.
Okay.
Thank you for helping
so, no problem. I hinted on about Law's incarceration. You know how he was at a speakeasies that was either framed or sourced that they were studying chronomancy, not actually doing it, but researching it in general, since chronomancy and necromancy. Chronomancy and necromancy are forbidden and or hasn't been casted in thousands of years, or at all since then. So I was like, it seems like that those two correlated. How recent was the Drankin felon convict escaped?
I wouldn't say it was oh, well, yeah, it was pretty recent.
Okay. So like how recent? Like a month ago?
Approximately.
Gotcha. So that's, I believe we've been aboard the Kalypsia maybe like no more than 2 months, I assume, since it's every other day. 20 times 2, 40.
No. It's actually only been 1 month.
Okay.
Because when we're landed, there's no downtime.
Gotcha. Okay, so that...
The days are tracked in the announcement.
Gotcha, so that correlates to some degree, I don't know, by some loose term. Regardless, I was like, yeah, there was Law's speakeasy things, how he was accused for chronomancy, and then I'm like, but then around the same time, and you know, they were going to Alcatraz, but then they got intercepted by the cult, and Law escaped. So then I was like, but then there's this Drankin mage who was, you know, Alcatraz being the mage prison, so he was possibly going to the same place, escaped convict, and now correlating that, it's like perhaps he was also a chronomancer researcher because he was a mage. So he was like, perhaps they've been aligned, and that is the second time these cultist chronomancers attacked, because they're getting braver and braver. Now that whether Law was the first attack or this Drankin was the first attack, so they're getting more confident. So I was like, maybe perhaps there's correlation there, and now the dwarven ship was also made around the same time. So it's like, would it not be a good place to hide, especially since they both have business with Valinor, and you're now among a dwarven ship that we can't easily gain access to unless we have a warrant for a search, you know? So that's what I tried to get at. It's like the Elvins can't search the Dwarven ship, otherwise it might be seen as like intrusion, or unwarranted intrusion. So unless they have a good enough reason, they won't board the Kalypsia. That's what I tried to get at. I think that's the gist of it. And I also pointed fingers at all the Drankin aboard the Kalypsia. I was like, it's like I saw Alfei, so I was accusing her and shit. Yeah, I was like, so you're a Drankin from Hino Day, and now you find yourself aboard a Dwarven airship in Keshin? It seems like you're bouncing between loyalties. Should we not be worried? So, yeah, accusing Alfei of, like, conspiring against Valinor. So, that goes true for all of the Drankin, though. Because, like, if Ozamar and or Keshin make allies somewhere else, then that could spell trouble for Valinor. So, yeah. I just really went political with it. I'm sorry.
No, you did fantastic. Hell yeah. Thank you.
And I told all of that to Lord Faven and Akane, who are, very much Valinor tied.
Yep.
Yeah, I felt like they were the ones to tell since they are Valinor tied. So, also, I said that if they are able to get the convicts to cooperate, perhaps a fair trial could be in order. Though, we can artificially say that's a lie or not. It might be cool to have them have a fair trial and book them anyway, or just have a fair trial and prove their innocence, or just book them in general. So, yeah, that's what I hinted at. Both Drankin and Law in this case.
Alright.
So,
yeah.
So, yeah. What else did I do? I think that's like the significant part of it. Everything else I just sort of like poked fun at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, coolio. Do that what you will. I just had fun with it.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. I'm going to switch over to Jasper now.
Alright, have fun.
Thank you. I should get some water before I go down. Ooh, they're still there. They're discussing shit. Yes.
No, I'm gonna put like a whole fucking cause like literally he had a frying pan. He also had like a gun.
Yeah.
It was like a fucking Glock. I'm gonna use the one that I had on Isaac for.
She's okay.
Show us where the stash is, or we'll charge your brains out.
Okay, yeah, I'll go to the forest.
Also, I love this noodle so much. I can't believe they killed you.
Who the fuck am I? Where the fuck is town? Oh, there's the path. Where the fuck is town? Is it that way? I think it's this way. Just gonna run. Which way is town? Where? Is it this way? I think it's this way. I think I'm going the wrong way. Okay, there's a tower over there. I think that's town. I just don't see it. Who knows? That's it. I'm just gonna appear at the gate.
But then there's no way. Sword Snoodle, when I said like they seem to be in the feed, just goes,
oh yeah, she was affected.
Fuck it. Oh my. Good enough.
Afternoon, mate.
I'm a little tired.
Rather chosen anymore.
Normally the cornered rat fights back, but cornered rat sort of just died.
well, it is still very slimy, by the way.
Yes, don't touch me with that.
So, I mean, it doesn't matter to me and you. You literally talked to me while you were covered.
We're never gonna find this stuff. We're never gonna find this stuff.
Do you know how many places this stuff is?
Oh my. Bunch of my favorite people all gathered in one. Suppose I should leave them to it.
Jasper.
Akane.
Hopefully your time here has found you well enough.
Well enough, I was able to actually relax in an actual forest.
Hmm. Well, that's something of an improvement.
Could be the Eladrin in me speaking.
Hmm. Yes, I could see that.
And you can see all behind that masked face.
Quite a bit.
Are these supposed to be eye sockets here?
Hmm? Yes.
Oh my goodness, they are hidden so much. It is a shame.
They simply suit my purpose.
Well, I could say the same for the rest of you.
Hmm. Could you?
Yes. There is so much more to unmask is all.
Oh. Yes.
Hello, Holly.
Holly.
Is there something you are waiting for? What? What are you talking about? Is it not harmless? Is this some sort of trick that I'm going to fall head over heels for it?
Her arms and lap are covered in slime.
Carries you. Carries. Such a shameless display. Puts down.
I was thinking you were about to go toss her in the water.
Oh, though I think a bath would be in order. Yes, I believe I would need one too. Care to join us, Akane?
Hmm. I feel like that might be intruding.
Very well then. Suit yourself.
We're in central
Hmm.
Terra. It's a giant lake.
Faven. Or Alvin in this case, sorry, Habit. We are in the homeland, after all.
I was thinking we'd fallen back.
No.
To old terms.
Perhaps it is simply being in a familiar place now.
Good work, Scout.
She's covered in slime.
Done it yourself.
And why do you find yourself covered in slime?
I believe there was a snake-like creature Leto was carrying, and said that it has produced a viscous slime.
Now perhaps you might want to find yourself returning to the ship to freshen up.
I saw one of them. We cornered one of them. The ground dead.
We found the damn stash.
Stash?
Oh, well, I did.
Define stash.
Yeah, there was these two, I think they called them snoodles, going around stealing things from people. Like wallets.
Oh, I thought you were referring to another type of stash.
No, I was referring to where they stayed and stashed everything they stole. Bloody hell. Just go get him his wallet back. Fucking hell. We found them. If you want your wallet back, come with me.
A man got his wallet stolen by some snake-like creature.
Only stabbed one through the neck. It died almost.
So, rotten luck there.
The other I tried to.
It seems there is no end to the adventures of the day.
I missed.
Apparently not.
There's been adventures. Shame I missed it then, though intentional.
I was really hopeful. It went fucking fine. Not fun.
Yes.
Also, it wouldn't have mattered if it went in the water. I heard the snap on the throat and all that.
Yes, to you too.
Don't even think about it.
Oh my goodness, that is the most aggressive I've ever heard him be.
I've already had to deal with being the little one's towel.
Oh my goodness, that is the first time I've seen that face. I love it.
Why would you enjoy such an expression?
Because it's new. My word, I wish you stared at me like that.
You do surprise me, Jasper.
It is simply new. Though you are obviously nicer with a smile.
Now that is more
Good day, everyone.
Good morrow. I assume you got your coin purse back.
I did actually. It was very kind of you all. And I didn't expect the newcomers from Kalypsia to be so nice.
That is a word for it, that is for sure.
Why not?
Some to a fault, perhaps.
My point
Very
exactly.
kind and, well, helpful, to say the least. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Sorry for intruding.
You're quite alright. Oh my goodness, they are bathing.
Not at all.
Well, they got snoodled.
Ah, much as you yourself were snoodled indirectly,
It is now, apparently.
I think.
I can't help but find enjoyment in that.
Speaking of which, do not be surprised when you find some.
Oh, you have snoodle slime on you. You must bathe with me now.
Bring them with you.
That does indeed not surprise me.
I suppose I must remain presentable, given where we are, and I would not wish to, well, reflect poorly upon my lord.
Unless we keep them in
I
the
believe perhaps some in privacy would be in order.
Interesting.
Perhaps. Yes.
Have you been unsnoodled?
Yes, luckily. I've never thought I'd see something that would get
knew what
so...
it was.
Yes, because people were talking about it. I didn't know it was called a snoodle beforehand, though.
It's now a verb.
Or did I...
It's a new word. Probably an old word, actually.
Anyways, and this... Dude, I'm fucking done with it. I don't want to have to deal with that thing again. Puffy, smelling mucus is... weird.
I gotta make the joke
Bringing
now.
some more to the Kalypsia as pets.
It's not the two that we saw.
It's not the one that I
Because at the
threw back to the ocean either.
Well, at the very least, one of them was stabbed and the other scared itself to death. So...
Oh, they faked their deaths.
Oh. Oh no. We saw Sprout throw it into the...
They're aquatic. You've just
She threw it
released them.
hard though, but she threw it hard.
That doesn't matter.
I'm gonna go tell Letta.
Everything's been well.
If you don't mind me for a moment, I need to speak to Otar real quick.
Oh, very well then.
I'll take you up on that.
Very well, okay. My goodness, they are just shamelessly just dipping into the waters of Valinor.
This way it is.
They certainly are.
Lord Faven, I have a killer joke I want to tell you.
Is that so?
Yes, it is. So,
Go ahead then.
I've heard when Snoodles procreate, one of the males sort of suffers a heart palpitations during the midst of it, and therefore, at some point during, I suppose, the birthing process of impregnation, they die. In this case, it would be death by snoo snoo.
I see. I
I'm
see.
so glad that joke landed.
Yes, it was close. I will say that.
I'm going to tell that joke to everyone I like.
I'm sure you shall.
By the way, I know you, Holly, promised to accompany us on the date, but I don't see Holly, and I don't see Akane. So perhaps I can have you to myself for a bit?
Of course you may, Jasper.
Do you know any good places here? I believe you are more familiar with the homeland.
When it comes to sites, are you more favorable for architecture or nature?
I believe nature. Though more so a place where we can be alone. I feel like I've been talked to you forever on one-on-one.
It does feel as though it's been quite some time. The fields outside of the gate are quite picturesque.
Sorry, I can't help but I think there's a slight incline, and I feel like I should be shorter than you. Perhaps I would feel less out of place once we start going upon regular incline.
Then let us make our way out of the town.
Ah, yes, this feels much better. For a second I thought I was as tall as you were, but it is good to know that I did not get...
Crap.
Hello.
Spring! Spring!
Spring? Yes, I suppose she's correct. Let us go. Did I ever tell you that I am a Springaladrin?
You did not.
Oh, my goodness, I feel so guilty now. I'll make it up to you.
You needn't. I'm sure we all have our own secrets.
It is no secret. It is simply, I suppose, something I should have told a friend a long, long time ago.
Well, you are forgiven.
I'm still going to make it up to you.
If you insist.
I insist.
Then I shall patiently wait to see what that entails.
Perhaps another song after your name?
That hardly seems fitting to the crime, but I would not protest.
It is one of the easiest things I could do. That looks like a good place as any. Oh, perhaps we should go further before we are disturbed.
Perhaps.
How do you find yourself being back at home, though?
it has been a pleasant familiarity.
Ah.
I must admit, the town itself isn't exactly home, but I have visited in the past, so it does strike some nostalgia. But it does feel like I am back.
I see.
The whole atmosphere is akin to what I remember.
Yes, these colors here. I haven't seen them in such an abundance next to a city. Usually cities and towns only have one type of flower, but there's an array here. A melody of rainbow.
That is one thing we elves excel at.
I believe we are far enough that we won't be disturbed, so I believe.
Yes, I imagine it is quite unlikely of it.
Perhaps the off trail might do some good. I do prefer the beaten down roads over the paved ones.
Do be wary though. It was along this path at the top of the farmstead where there were sightings of spirits merely earlier in the day.
Oh, my.
I'm unsure if the news of such has traveled to you.
Huh. Then perhaps we will only make it halfway through before we see something so unsightly and ruin the mood.
Yes.
That's a tiny hut over there.
I don't think this constitutes a hut.
Well, it looks to be like a small storage, at least.
Perhaps it was a waypoint along for the farmstead to store their goods for collection or sale.
Well, I see no better landmark, at the very least. And my feet are kind of killing me.
Oh, yes, that is true.
You might need to hop onto it a bit.
I see.
Yes.
So regal, so graceful.
Such patience and endurance.
Yes. You will have to give me one moment. I do need to speak to Goran.
That is quite alright.
It is nice to get off the feet.
Yes,
after
it does.
Dressing for so long. What is quite so humorous, Jasper?
Is it Lord-like to kick your feet?
What?
I couldn't help but notice you kicking your feet a little. It was adorable.
I suppose we all have our habits that we tend to keep to ourselves.
Are you lost? Do you need me to hold your hand?
I assure you, my friend, that I am not lost, but I would not oppose placing a hand in yours.
Then I'm glad for it. Now I won't be lost either. Will you buy me candy if a vendor comes by?
I suppose if you don't intend to overindulge yourself.
I'll be good, I promise. Can I have 2?
Oh, you are pushing it, but that will be your limit.
But the imaginary man in this scenario that I brought into my figment of my imagination got 2. Why can't I have 2?
Life is about more than comparing yourself to others, my friend Jasper.
I'm going to throw a fit. I'm going to throw a tantrum in this imaginary scenario if it ever comes true.
Is that your method of conflict resolution?
It is. No, it is merely me begging and crying.
I see, I see. Well, we shall have to hope that one does not pass by, for we would not wish to incite such a scene.
Says you. I would love to see the face you make.
I suppose you would.
Yeah, I'd imagine a very unlordship thing to say. Just be like, Jasper, please, I can't take you anywhere.
Yes, it would be quite unsightly.
To be quite honest, I think you'd be able to... I believe any elf would be able to pass as one's parent. We all look like this for the centuries to come, up until we reach, I believe, our 100th year. That's when our grays really start to show.
Yeah.
So, by vice versa, you could be my father and I could be yours. And none would be the wiser.
I suppose to the untrained eye, indeed, it would be quite easy to pass off either way.
Untrained, you think, well, I guess I haven't been around much else, but you think they could see your age through your face?
Oh, I have known of some in my time that make quite a hobby of it.
I see. I make a game out of it. What was it like?
Not all too dissimilar.
Was it closer to 600 or 800? How long do we live for again?
I don't remember. I suppose you're just so busy that you don't have time to stop and think about.
Busy with what? What are you implying, my lordship?
Well,
It
with
is
all
now
your
nighttime.
gallivanting about.
Gallivanting, if that's what you call it. You could call it what it is.
Well, and what would you refer to it as?
Shameless flirting.
I suppose that is a large component of it, but I was more referring to your general travels and storytelling.
Fair enough, I suppose. I have been working on a new song. It is quite the jig.
Is that so?
I was going to show it... I was going to show it the other day.
I did hear from the other bards that there might have been a showing that evening. I found myself quite looking forward to it.
Let's go.
It was a shame to not see your performance.
Elwin, you put your trust in Akane, correct?
I do. Why?
How did you make her submissive.
Make her? You think it was some trick or the like?
I mean that in a very light way. She told me to some degree of the detail that you found her in a state and offered her. Sorry if she's telling you stuff that that I shouldn't know. It's just when I compare myself.
It is as much her story to tell.
I'm just in a predicament, and I can't help but find similarities to yourself, and perhaps wanting to draw wisdom from that. By example, if Akane started going rogue and hurting people, what would you do?
I suppose it depends on the severity. If she acted out against my wishes and was no longer useful, well, if she was a hindrance, then I would find myself no longer in need to employ her.
That is all you would do.
Well, I suppose it depends on the severity of the
What if she hurt someone?
altercation. Well, if she has broken any laws, I will see that she is taken and tried by those laws.
Sorry, Ellen, I did not mean to sour the mood.
You needn't apologize if you have some.
This was supposed to be a date, it was supposed to be fun. And here I am just trying to fool myself.
And in what way do you believe yourself to be fooled?
Heinz was supposed to be my responsibility. And I failed. He, undoubtedly harmed another when I gave him the chance to roam free. That is no fault of Heinz, but people seem to target him in that case. I was the one who let him free.
This is the one that wounded you. Well, what was it that he did, and to whom?
The little one. I think she's a fox of some kind, but and very mouthy. Her name escapes me. But she is.
I believe I'm familiar with them.
The set of twins. He threw her over a wall and into a fountain. Although it seems like she was unharmed, he still caused trouble that I could have prevented.
It strikes me that this case is a particularly unique one, seeing as you are the cause of, well, both his imprisonment and his resulting freedom.
I just don't know what to do.
How well do you know the fellow?
Not very. I'm such a hypocrite. Talking about how naive everybody is, and here I am trying to give someone a chance.
Perhaps your mistake was purely in not knowing the one that you put so much faith into. Or, well, perhaps not faith, but hope. In the case of Akane, it was not a sense of having to encourage her behavior in any way or form. I was rather fortunate. When I came across her, she was a diligent term servant. And I was just so, by chance, in need of such a position filled. It was more originally just a simple transaction as much as any other. But in your predicament, what I'm trying to say is I find that if you wish to influence someone in such a manner, it usually does well to know what it is they want and find yourself in control of such things. And to do so, you must make yourself familiar with that person.
But I have, and I still failed.
Well, you claimed yourself just now that you feel yourself not to be all too familiar.
I asked up front what did he want. At least to that knowledge, but it could have been a front.
And you believed the criminal to honestly answer your first inquiry when you proved a avenue to freedom.
That feels a lot better coming from you. No one has scolded me yet.
We all make mistakes. The fortunate of us get to learn from them.
I think back I probably should have listened to you.
It certainly would have been the easier option, but I do not believe that it is a fruitless effort. If you do intend to keep this individual under your purview, then I would suggest figuring out what it is that indeed makes him tick and not just what he admits to.
I think I already had. I'll do that. Just hopefully this time you'll mean it. Just wonder if I'll be able to learn this time from my mistake. What I will do better. That is the takeaway. Though I suppose if it proves unfruitful, I suppose that is when I suppose more dire consequences would be in order. But that is out of my hand. I am no executioner or a judge.
I will tell you this. One of the most important lessons that I have found that I have learned over my centuries has been to figure out early, or as early as possible, when an investment is fruitful and when it needs to be pruned.
Well, that's not fair to say because you got hundreds of years over me.
Yes, I suppose it isn't exactly a fair comparison.
It's a shame you won't be able to watch me grow up.
You say that as if I am 1 foot in the grave already. I reckon myself a good century or so still remaining.
What is that in comparison to mine? I'm still within my 40s.
Yes. That is very true.
Sometimes I wish I could give part of my lifespan so I won't feel so lonely.
Knowing you, my friend Jasper, I think it will be very difficult for you to remain lonely for long.
I suppose so. Though, that is tough to say with our years. We're not really smiled upon. Except only inside Valinor. I can't help but always hear the whispers that are being said right in front of me, like I'm not another one in the room. And it pisses me right off.
How in the...
Oh? Sprout? Where... Did you get lost? Oh,
Look, Spur.
you wanted to look for me?
Go.
Come here. Either a seat here or a seat here. Or a seat there.
No.
Well, that seat is not offered.
Oh.
Sprout, you can sit next to me or on me, whichever one. Okay, you choose the ground. You know, your keeper isn't around. You could cause
Guard. No
guard.
keeper. No say.
Very well then. I'm just saying that if you wanted to be a little rebellious, just in general, your keeper isn't around.
I'm not sure it is wise to nurture rebellion in the little one.
I'm an enabler at heart. I enable.
Yes, that is one thing that is very solidly true.
I mean, I enable myself all the time. How have you been favoring in Valinor, Sprout?
Hot. Run. Climb.
I see. You're little in the ground there.
Hunt.
There you go. Hunt? What the heck did you hunt? Little squirrels. 2?
Bite.
I bet you did. I'm surprised you are a killer. Aren't you like a goat? Not a predatory animal?
Monster.
Yes. Well, no, you are not a monster. You are like more of a... You're more like a...
Monster.
You're more like a little creature.
Monster.
Well, what did you say? Is she more a creature than a monster, or a monster a creature?
After some of their antics, I would lean towards creature.
Well, majority vote Sprout. You are more of a creature than a monster.
No.
Yes.
Monster.
Creature.
Mm-mm.
Creature. There you go. See, we've successfully persuaded someone.
If you say so.
Now we are enabling a bad behavior. Not a monster, but a creature. And if that's something Amit instilled, then we're sticking it to the man.
No mit. Einar.
Who?
Einar.
Einar. Who's Einar?
No mit.
Einar.
Mit, not mit. Mit Einar.
Einar. Is that who is Einar?
Mit.
Mit? Einar is Mit?
No mit.
Not Mit.
Einar.
Is Einar yellow? He is an Eladrin after all. Pretty sure you saw it. He turned from blue to yellow.
Did he know?
Yes. I believe he's an Eladrin as well. Shifting from what I am assuming is winter to summer.
Spring.
Yes, I am the spring. And this Einar is summer?
Mit Einar. On land.
On land. Correlation that is closer to the sun, maybe?
I think you might be attempting to overcomplicate it.
Maybe. But Eladrins are a fickle being, going with the emotions and the seasons. Sometimes it's the emotions, sometimes it's by the seasons. And perhaps there's some sort of in-between that it is more of a magical phenomenon.
Oh, I meant more in the naming convention. I did see the fellow practically clad head to toe in cowl, almost as if they don't wish to be recognized, which would only go along with the fact that they don't wish to be named either.
That is a good proposition, actually. Why is it, though? An Eladrin trying to hide amongst Valinor, its own people.
Does beg some interesting and provocative questions, does it not?
Whatever, he pissed me off.
What did he do to offend you, Jasper?
Well, it wasn't exactly him. Well, it is more of a collection of Maeve, Sedraz, and him. Oh, look at me, I'm complaining to you. It's like we're an old married couple. I want to pet you, but you're all the way there. At least get here.
Mm-mm.
Why not? You're too cute that I want to pet you.
Mm-mm.
Are you mad at me?
Mm-mm.
Do you just not want to be up here?
Dirt.
Okay, dirt it is. Well, anyway, there was a, we were supposed to narrow down, her keepers, not to choose one, and Sedraz may even, Amit may have pulled the rug from under me and chose the keeper right then and there, even though that was not what was initially discussed and agreed upon. So I feel cheated. That I'm the one who orchestrated this in the first place because I was the one that understood Sprout. Meanwhile, they struggle. So
that is frustrating.
Yes, I did them a favor, and they lightly spit in my face, very lightly. Whatever, though. Let bygones be bygones. It is probably for the best anyway. Shower a little grass on her. Do you like grass? Long piece of grass. You are kind of a goat creature after all. But yeah, I'm a little bit absolutely livid from that.
A little bit absolutely livid.
Yes, I don't want it to show though.
Well, you do a good job of hiding it. I was not aware until you mentioned.
Well, it was just a very opportune moment. Here I am, spilling my heart out. to you. Go on, take it. It is yours.
Are you sure you wish to offer up such a valuable possession?
Then give me half of yours.
It hardly seems a fair trade. Half of a, what should you say, 40-year-old young healthy heart for one of 7 centuries.
Don't make it more complicated. I'm being sappy right now. Half of mine and half of yours.
I suppose that is a deal that I could see myself agreeing to.
Then play along. And then we mix it up. And voila! Half and half a heart.
Yes, what a miraculous creation.
Both dawn and Eladrin, although I suppose that is nothing new. Perhaps it is more, let's see, the dawn of spring? Or is it more of a summertime, you being the dawn elf and the sun being most out during the summer? Regardless, take it.
I shall cherish it, Jasper.
Good. I'm going to enjoy this meal.
Meal?
Well, how else am I going to get it back in there?
I see. Taking a very liberal understanding of how your body functions.
It would be a very bad deal, though, if I traded half my brain for yours.
A bad deal for whom?
For you. Although I suppose you could use a little bit of my shameless flirtatiousness.
Is that so?
Think about it. We'd be on.
You think it is quite befitting someone of my station to callously flirt with whomever I come across?
I say it's befitting since it is a waste of your looks.
Ah, there it is. There it is.
You walked yourself into that one. What was I supposed to do?
I did. Straight into the ambush.
Yes, I'm merely an opportunist. You'll think about it. With my shameless flirtation and your brains and smartness, I think we could rule the world. And you know what? I don't think anyone would stop us, because you know what they'd say? They'd be like, why didn't you stop Jasper and Elwyn from taking over the world? And they'd be like, they're hot.
I see. So all those rulers of the past have been missing one very fatal flaw.
Is it not easy to get your foot through the door when you have the looks to do so?
I suppose it doesn't hinder.
See? You'd have it all. The money, the looks. What more could you ask for? handsome lord with all the money and treats you well. Pretty sure ladies would be clawing their eyes off or something like that. Or men, whatever your prerogative is.
You are ever so humorous, Jasper.
Well, you did offer good advice. And you did say it's good for me to make my mistakes.
One does tend to learn best from one's own mistakes.
And I have. Spirit, are you still there? Are you with us? The land of the living?
The hour is quite late.
I suppose we should return, even though I'm having quite the time of my life.
This is the time of your life. What have you been up to the other 39 years?
Well, wanting good company. A friend.
See.
I believe we should head back into town, though. It is getting dark and... well,
It is indeed, especially with news of the salamanders on the prowl in the forest.
And the ghosts.
It would not do wise to stay out too late. Yes, I suppose those as well, if they haven't indeed been rid of.
Pick up my pits.
Down.
No.
Down.
No. Ugh. Don't hurt me. I did not. I didn't harm you.
Down.
Don't make me start shaking you. Just say please. I was joking. You didn't have to say please. I just wanted to tease you a little. Puts down. Let us go. I truly am complacent. A bundle, more so. I do find some enjoyment in arranging flowers.
Interesting.
Well, ever since the little creatures seem to have been wearing flowers that have resembled me quite a bit, I can't help but want to indulge a little bit on it. Besides, they make great gifts when you are kind of
you.
Ah! What the freak? Right, hi!
don't mind.
Barding things.
Don't mind us. I'm sorry. Did we interrupt you? Who are you speaking to?
I'm singing. That's not speaking. How dare you? You're a bard. You should know it as well.
Well then, who are you singing to? Just to yourself?
Myself, just a lucky charm for myself, you know? Besides, I never heard you sing.
That
as a bard.
That is because I'm more instrumental.
Oh.
Bards
instrumental.
Bards deal more with instruments.
I can play instruments if all my instruments were not with the bandits right now. Ah, I miss my instruments. I should probably get a new one.
Anything you play in
What? Do
particular?
you also know how to make the instruments?
In a way, sure.
Really? There's an easy one that you can create very easily. Just with clay and fire, yeah?
Perhaps I'll show you one day.
Yeah, indeed. You still owe me a performance as a bard. I can't believe you did not show me yet.
Well, if I owe
How
you,
rude of you.
if I
How
owe you one,
rude.
then don't you owe me one too? And you stopped in the midst while I
Fine,
was
I
walking.
owe you one. You see, I was practicing one with my brother, and maybe tomorrow we're gonna be able to actually perform it.
Ah, I see. Here in the city of Valinor, it'd be no better place. Been nobles here.
Right, exactly. Maybe on the streets, maybe we're gonna get some coin as well. Who knows?
Very well then. Then hopefully I'm able to perform as such.
Aha, yes. From bard to bard. My brother will also probably be happy to see your performance. So don't let us down.
We shall see. Go ahead, let's enjoy whoever you're singing to then.
Good night. Myself, the rock, the flowers. Okay, sure. Okay. Enjoy.
Very subtle.
Mind the clamors of the restless bitters before you choose to eat. And the hound is humming you alive, a lullaby. And the hound, he hums you a lullaby. Uh-huh. Yeah. Cool. I'm glad you like it.
Well,
Very subtle indeed.
well, she sang for like about 10 seconds before she noticed.
Yes, I'm quite surprised how you managed to get away with that one. Though I have been warned that I am to watch my pockets around that individual. Apparently they're known for relieving people of their possession.
Ah.
Or so I've been informed.
I'd be a little more interested if their aim was bad when pickpocketing. Well, the streets have gotten quiet.
It is late.
Yes, yes it is. Hmm. I'm curious on where we can find the rest of the people. Or perhaps this is when we call it a day.
I think it is more likely the latter, that most have retired by now.
Perhaps. I thought I heard someone for a second.
Quite regrettably, I did not.
I don't think anyone's here. Very well then. Perhaps a more open area. I'm merely trying to see if there's anyone else.
Yes, I suppose the tavern would be the best port of call.
There's a tavern?
It's a little out of the way, though. Yes, you're not aware? There was one along the beachfront.
Ah, I see. No, I did not see that.
I would have thought that would be the first place I would have seeked out.
Well, I could not miss the up. I could always find a tavern to play in, but not a good forest to sort of nap around. Huh? Ah. Fooey.
Sounds quiet.
Yep. Quite it is. Not a soul in sight. Where will you be bedding yourself, Lord Fate? Damn it. The homeland is getting to me. Ellen.
I had thought about merely returning to the airship, but with news of the criminals on the run, I'm not sure if you've paid any notice to the board in town. There is apparently a treasonous individual on the loose. I might make my way to the castle instead to reside for the night.
I see. Then perhaps I can see you off there.
Very well.
Also perhaps I'll last attempt to go on anyone that might be straggling.
I suppose it might.
Yes, I think that is all.
I believe that might be the case.
Well then, I'll walk you to your...
How chivalrous of you.
It is affront and courtesy.
Well, then, my friend Jasper, it was a pleasant evening.
Yes, quite.
I shall hopefully have the remainder of my time still free during our stop over here, unless something, well, were to occur drastically in the last moment. So if you find yourself free of time and not... What was it you said? How did you describe it?
A date.
No, not that. Frivolously flirting. Then perhaps we might find ourselves some time again tomorrow.
Very well then. But don't act like you hate it.
I would not lie to you like that, Jasper.
Good. Now I'll be on my way.
Good night, Jasper.
Good night, Alvin.